Can you imagine the shock and heartbreak when a beloved star's life was suddenly cut short, leaving the world in disbelief? These tragic deaths not only left a void in Hollywood, but also rocked the entertainment industry to its core. In today's video, we're diving into some of the most heart-wrenching tragedies that shook Hollywood and the world of entertainment. From rising stars whose careers were abruptly cut short, to legendary figures whose untimely deaths left a lasting impact. These are the stories that still haunt the industry. We'll take a look at the lives and legacies of those who left us too soon, and explore how their deaths changed the face of Hollywood forever. Get ready for a journey through heartbreak and lost potential. You won't believe what came next. Ramon Novarro. Ramon Novarro was one of the brightest stars of early Hollywood. Born in Mexico in 1904, Novarro quickly became known for his dashing good looks and immense talent. He was often cast in romantic roles and became a heartthrob of the silent film era. However, his life came to a tragic and horrifying end in 1968. Novarro's death was the result of a brutal attack on his own home. Two brothers who had initially been hired to perform work at Novarro's house ultimately attacked and murdered him. They reportedly tortured him for hours before killing him in a senseless act of violence. Novarro's body was found several days later, leading to a highly publicized investigation. The news of his death shocked not only his family and friends, but also the broader Hollywood community. It was a grim reminder that even the most beloved figures in the industry were not immune to the harsh realities of life. Novarro's passing marked the end of an era for Hollywood. His early roles helped define the image of Latin actors in the industry, and his death left many wondering what could have been had his life not been stolen so tragically. What drove these men to such an extreme act? Could Novarro's fame have played a role in his untimely demise? Jean Harlow. Jean Harlow was one of the most iconic stars of the early Hollywood era. Known for her platinum blonde hair and sultry persona, she became one of the highest-paid actresses in the world during the 1930s. Her films like Red-Headed Woman and Hell's Angels catapulted her to stardom, making her a household name. Tragically, Harlow's life was cut short by a mysterious and often misunderstood illness. At 1937, she was diagnosed with kidney failure, which was not widely known at the time. Harlow's deteriorating health caused her to take a break from filming, but despite medical attention, she passed away at the young age of 26. Her death sent shockwaves through the entertainment world. Harlow was not just a star, she was a symbol of a certain type of beauty and allure. The public was devastated by her sudden death, and many were left wondering about the exact cause of her illness. Some speculated that it was due to complications from a failed marriage or the intense pressures of Hollywood, but nothing was ever conclusively proven. Harlow's death marked a turning point in the industry, and her untimely passing continues to be one of the most tragic stories of the Golden Age. Could Harlow's career have continued its upward trajectory had she lived longer? What impact did her death have on the portrayal of beauty in Hollywood? The death of Barbara Marr. Barbara Marr was a glamorous and mysterious actress whose career seemed destined for greatness. Known as the girl who was too beautiful, she starred in several silent films and gained attention for her alluring beauty and sultry screen presence. Marr's star was rising in the early 1920s, and she was often compared to other top actresses like Clara Bow and Gloria Swanson. However, her personal life was filled with turmoil. Marr suffered from numerous health issues, including a series of illnesses that resulted in her being bedridden for extended periods. She also had a troubled love life and struggled with financial difficulties. In January 1927, at just 29 years old, Marr died from complications related to nephritis, an illness that had plagued her for years. Marr's death shocked the industry, as she was considered one of Hollywood's rising stars. Her passing marked the loss of a talented and beautiful actress who had so much potential. Despite her short career, Lamarr's legacy as one of the silent film era's most tragic figures continues to fascinate film historians. What could Barbara Lamarr have achieved had she overcome her health issues? How would her legacy have evolved had she lived longer? The mysterious death of Natalie Wood. Natalie Wood's death is one of the most mysterious and controversial tragedies in Hollywood history. Born in 1938, Wood became a child star in the 1940s and gained international recognition for her performances in Rebel Without a Cause and West Side Story. As she matured into an adult star, Wood's career continued to soar, but her personal life was filled with turmoil. On November 29, 1981, Wood's body was found floating in the ocean near Catalina Island, California, after a night of sailing with her husband, actor Robert Wagner, and her co-star Christopher Walken. The circumstances surrounding her death have remained a topic of intense speculation. Was it an accidental drowning, or was there foul play involved? The investigation into her death was reopened multiple times, but no conclusive answers have ever been found. Wood's sudden death shocked the industry and left her fans devastated. Her legacy lives on, but the questions surrounding her passing continue to haunt Hollywood. The case has sparked numerous documentaries, books, and investigations, but the truth about what happened that night remains elusive. What really happened the night Natalie Wood died? Could her death have been avoided? The tragic death of Montgomery Clift. Montgomery Clift was a groundbreaking actor known for his brooding, intense performances. His career was on the rise in the 1950s, and he was widely considered one of the most promising stars of his generation. However, Clift's life took a dark turn after a near-fatal car accident in 1956, which would have long-lasting effects on his health and career. Clift's accident left him with severe facial injuries and a long recovery process. He struggled with addiction and depression in the years that followed, and his physical appearance was permanently altered by the accident. Despite his difficulties, Clift continued to act, though his performances were often affected by his struggles. On July 23, 1966, Clift was found dead in his apartment, having suffered a heart attack at the age of 45. His death was a tragic end to a brilliant but troubled career. Clift's story remains one of the most heartbreaking in Hollywood history, as his immense talent was overshadowed by his inner demons. Could Montgomery Clift have overcome his struggles to reclaim his position in Hollywood? What could he have achieved had he lived longer? The death of Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn Monroe is one of the most iconic figures in Hollywood history. Known for her beauty, charm, and undeniable star power, she became a symbol of both the glamour and the sadness of the Golden Age. Monroe's personal life was filled with struggles, from her troubled childhood to her failed marriages and battles with mental health. Despite her difficulties, Monroe remained a beloved figure in Hollywood, starring in films like Some Like It Hot and The 7-Year Itch. Her death on August 5, 1962, at the age of 36, shocked the world. Monroe was found dead in her Los Angeles home from a barbiturate overdose. Her death was officially ruled as a probable suicide, though many have questioned the circumstances surrounding her passing. Was it really suicide, or was foul play involved? Monroe's death remains one of the most talked-about tragedies in Hollywood, with numerous conspiracy theories and speculations swirling around her untimely demise. Monroe's death cast a dark shadow over Hollywood, and it led many to question the price of fame. Her life and death continue to captivate audiences, and her legacy as a troubled icon is cemented in the annals of Hollywood history. Did Marilyn Monroe's death really result from suicide, or was there something more sinister at play? Could she have lived a longer, more fulfilling life? The death of James Dean. James Dean is another tragic figure from Hollywood's golden age whose death has become legendary. Born in 1931, Dean's meteoric rise to fame was nothing short of extraordinary. He became an icon of youth rebellion with his roles in East of Eden, rebel without a cause, and giant. Dean's combination of raw talent and good looks made him a symbol of the angst and confusion of the post-war generation. However, Dean's life was cut short in a tragic car accident on September 30th, 1955, at the age of 24. Dean was driving his Porsche 550 Spyder when he collided with another vehicle, resulting in his instant death. His passing left the world in shock, and his legacy as a symbol of lost potential only grew stronger in the years that followed. Dean's death solidified his place as one of the most iconic and tragic figures in Hollywood history. His films continue to resonate with audiences, and his image as a misunderstood rebel has only grown over time. What could Dean have achieved had he lived longer? The answer remains one of Hollywood's most enduring what-ifs. What more could James Dean have accomplished if he had survived that fateful day? Would he have remained an icon of his generation? The death of Tyrone Power. Tyrone Power, known for his dashing good looks and suave charm, was one of Hollywood's most beloved leading men during the Golden Age. He starred in a variety of films, including The Mark of Zorro and The Razor's Edge, where he showcased not just his charm, but his acting range. Power was often cast as a heroic figure and became a symbol of romantic leading men during the 1930s and 40s. However, his promising career was cut short when Power died suddenly on November 15, 1958, at the age of 44. He was filming Solomon and Sheba in Spain when he was stricken with a heart attack. His death came as a shock to the industry, particularly since he was known to be in good health and had no history of heart problems. Power's untimely death stunned both fans and fellow actors. He had been a prominent figure in Hollywood for decades, and his passing left a void in the industry. Power's legacy as a heartthrob and leading man is cemented in Hollywood history, but his death was a reminder that even the brightest stars can be taken from us too soon. What might have Tyrone Power achieved had he lived longer? How would his presence in Hollywood have shaped the industry in the 60s? The death of Carole Lombard. Carole Lombard was one of the most beloved actresses of the Golden Age, known for her comedic timing and sparkling personality. She was one of the top box office draws of the 30s and was married to the legendary actor Clark Gable, who was known for his role in Gone with the Wind. Lombard had a reputation for her humor, wit, and her ability to make audiences laugh effortlessly. On January 16, 1942, Carole Lombard's life was tragically cut short in a plane crash. She was returning from a war bond tour when the airplane she was aboard crashed into the mountainside near Las Vegas. Lombard's death was not just a personal loss for her family, but also a devastating blow to Hollywood and her fans. She was just 33 years old at the time of her death, and her passing was felt deeply throughout the film industry. Lombard's death left a gap in Hollywood's comedic scene. She was known for her ability to light up the screen with her charm, and her sudden passing shocked her peers and the public alike. Gable, devastated by the loss of his wife, would reportedly never fully recover from the tragedy. How would Carole Lombard's career have evolved had she not been taken so young? What impact did her death have on Gable's life and career? The death of Wallace Reid. Wallace Reid was one of the biggest stars of the silent film era. Known for his boyish good looks and heroic roles, Reid was a leading man who dominated the screen throughout the early 1920s. He was one of the highest-paid actors of his time, beloved for his charm and youthful energy. However, Reid's life was marred by personal struggles, including an addiction to painkillers. After a serious injury while filming The Valley of the Giants in 1923, Reid became addicted to morphine, a dependency that led to his downfall. His battle with addiction was kept secret from the public, and he continued to work despite his deteriorating health. In January 1923, Reid's addiction took its toll, and he passed away from pneumonia, exacerbated by his drug use, at the age of 31. His sudden and tragic death was a shocking blow to Hollywood, which had lost one of its brightest stars. Reid's passing also sparked discussions about the pressures of fame and the secret battles many stars faced behind closed doors. Could Wallace Reid have overcome his addiction and continued his career? What might have been different for him had he lived longer? How could such promising careers be cut short so suddenly? The pain of losing these stars still lingers, and their legacies continue to inspire and captivate us. If you were moved by these tragic stories, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more behind-the-scenes insights and untold Hollywood tales. Who knows what shocking revelation we'll uncover next?